Thank you. Well, I guess I'm going to go first here. So first of all, thank you to all of you who showed up today. There were hundreds of you that came to make your voices heard for and against, and this is democracy at work. And I want to just say that I appreciate your time and your willingness to share your insights and experiences. We are fortunate in Austin that we have an engaged community. It is our responsibility and our privilege to hear from you, whether it's today and in other settings, about how you want this community to evolve. I believe that my colleagues and I agree on the goal of working to create housing opportunities for those who the market often leaves behind, our public servants and service workers, to name just a few. I also understand the desire to do something, and we have taken a number of steps already as a council, both this one and previous ones. But as many have noted, we also have a responsibility to do no harm. And after as much consideration as was possible in a very tight time frame, I must conclude that many of the promises are very unlikely to transpire. The devil truly is in the details, and we have not gotten the details right as proposed tonight. Let me share a few concerns that remain. In terms of the scale of the size of buildings that will be allowed in neighborhoods, this goes much farther than any of the previously contemplated land development code drafts. Much, much further. I believe that as drafted, this proposal is still likely to encourage McMansions. There are no safeguards against people just building bigger homes than they can now, with a guest house and pool house, with no other inhabitants living in those additional units. Where you do get ADUs, the rules will encourage large, expensive ADUs, not tiny homes. FAR limits do not apply outside McMansion boundaries and thus will not protect any of the most vulnerable areas in our city. Those areas will see larger and more expensive units. The large FAR limits, where we do have them, will mean the preservation and sustainability incentives will be ineffective, and we will see more demolitions. As drafted, the preservation incentive is likely to save facades, not existing affordable homes. The preservation and sustainability incentives have large loopholes and will be very, very challenging to implement. I worry, as many of our speakers suggested today, that this will promote displacement. By all calculations, I don't have confidence that this proposal will deliver on the promise to create units that teachers and other public servants can afford. After all, there's no affordability mechanism, not even a fee to contribute to affordable housing. What we have before us today is going to complicate how we consider small lot sizes in Phase 2 in many, many ways, and this may set us up to continue to be stuck in the courts. As you can see, my reservations are both many and real, and I had planned to offer a postponement and may have even had a second, but I want to read the dais and I don't want to make us have to go through that process. But if I had my druthers, that's what we would be doing.
Folks, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to allow you to disrupt the meeting. We have a motion on the floor. We've gone through a number of amendments. We are getting ready to vote. This is now time for council to make its comments after we've closed public comment. Do not disrupt the meeting.
I have learned over the years that when crafting policy, especially zoning policy, the details matter. Wishful thinking simply does not make effective policy. I've been on the losing end of many votes that are 9-2 or similar margins, like the time when I did not believe the rushed repeal of our camping ban was fully baked, and the time when I thought the former city manager didn't merit a raise. I've cast very lonely votes in opposition both then and other times, but I've never regretted any of them. Tonight, I will be voting no. For all our sakes, I hope I'm wrong about the policy outcomes we will see from the majority's decision today. But I think many of our most vulnerable Austinites are right. The benefits of this policy aren't going to trickle down, and the main opportunities this will open up will surely be for real estate speculation and preying on the vulnerable.